bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. The rider's in the van, right? Boogity, 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 boogity. The rider's in the van, right? Boogity, 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 all the way to the zoo. Here we go. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. The horn in the van blares. The horn in the van blares. The horn in the van blares, all the way to the zoo. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. The dog in the van barks. The dog in the van barks. The dog in the van barks, all the way to the zoo. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. The windows in the van glide. The windows in the van glide. The windows in the van glide, all the way to the zoo. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. The radio in the van bells. The radio in the van bells. La 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 la. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Mama in the van sings, ooh. Daddy in the van sings, oh. Children in the back sing, ah, all the way to the zoo. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump. Bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bumpity, bumpy, bump, bump, bump.
Are we there yet, Daddy? Oh, almost, kids. Come on now, sing it with me.
Here we go.
Round and round, round and round, round and round, all the way to the zoo. Round and round, round and round, round and round, all the way to the zoo. Here's the zoo, kids, just like I promised. Woo!
Ryan, is that a giraffe over there? I just want to feed the lions. That's all. That's all. Daddy, since I'm the youngest and your favorite, can I go into the zoo first? Please, please, please.
Oh, no. This girl's a character. Did you hear her? Heard it, Otto? All right, listen up, kids. All jokes aside, there's car rules in this car, and we must obey them as a family. Don't unbuckle your seatbelts until I park this car. Understood? And I count to 3. Huh, did I just say 3?
You sure did, driver.